Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today is going to be a Christmas card. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and do Christmas in July. So I thought I'd do a cute little card that I did last year. I'll be using a chocolate card, a darker brown card, well that's not actually card, that's wallpaper, but I just had it in my stash so I thought I'd use it today. Craft card, red card. I've got some oval dies, a circle die and a couple of leaf dies. First off, I'm going to be using the bigger die. Let me just show you how big this one is, just in case you want to do exactly the same. This is 8.5 centimetres long by about 5.5 wide. So I'm going to do 2 of these in brown. So I'm going to use my chocolate scraps to cut out 2 of these. So I'll get those cut. Right, that's those 2 done. With this one here, which is, I'll put my ruler back, about 3 centimetres by 2. I'll leave that there so I can show you the measurements. I'm going to cut out 2 of those in brown. So I'll get those 2 cut. Next up, I'm going to do his muzzle, as I call it, which will be that one. Just check it is the right one. And this one is about 5.5 long by 3.5 centimetres. So I'm going to do this, cut this one out with the craft card. So it's going to be its nose. And while I'm doing that, I think I'll get the inside of his ears cut out, which is this one here. Smaller than that one, because that's going to be the outside of the ears, the chocolate brown, and that's going to be the inside of the ears, but this is going to be in the craft card as well. Well, this one here is 2 by, it was just under 1.5. So if I get the 2 of those cut out as well at the same time, actually I could do his hoofs as well, because the hoofs are going to be the same colour. So I shall bring back in the same one I used for the ears, and I want 2 of these as well. So just to remind you, that was 3.5 by 2. So I'll get 1 of those, 2 of those and 2 of those cut. Right, so that's those cut on that one. Now I'm going to cut out a circle in red, and that's around 2 centimetres. So I'll get that one cut out. I've just pulled out this little tiny one, and I think I'll use that as the eyes, and I think I'll do them in the, yeah, I'll do them in the, no, I'm going to do them in black. So I'll get some black and I'll get 2 of these cut out. So that's his 2 little eyes. Right, now I need some antlers. I'm toying more for that one. I did use that one last time, but I might try this one. Right, and I'm going to cut the antlers out in this one, just so they're darker. So I'm going to get 2 of those cut out. Right, I did end up cutting out both of these, just so I've got the choice. I'll put those away for a minute. Right, what I need to do with one of these, which will be his body, is take one of these dies. I might use this, yeah, I use the smaller one, I think. Or do I use the smaller one again? No, I think that's going to be too small. And what I want to do is cut out a circle or an oval in the middle, like that, for sort of down the bottom. Not right down the bottom though, you can do if you want, it's not going to make any difference, but I'm going to put mine up slightly. It'll all become clear in a minute what I'm doing. So I just cut that out. Right, so that's that one. Let's see what I've done. I'll put that out of the way because I'll get confused else. because I don't think I need that. I'll just measure that one again. That was the 4.5 by around almost 3. Probably 3 if I move it down. So that's that one. I think that's all I need for a minute. So I'll get these dies put away before I lose them, and then we'll carry on. Right, first I'm going to take his head, and I'm going to put his muzzle on. So just going to put some glue down the bottom here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to almost come to the edge of the bottom with the bottom of this. Just overlap very slightly, just so he's got a nice lot of muzzle on the top there. And it's not high, because it'd look a bit silly if it was down there. His face would go a funny shape. So just stick that on like that. That's the first bit. Let's put that to the side a minute. Now I'm going to take his ears, which is the 2 chocolate bits, and then the inner bits for the ears, and I shall put them on down the bottom of each one like that. That's one. And the other one, so that's his ears. With this one here, what I'm going to do is place it on my grid. So I know it's straight. And then I'm going to take one ruler, get a pencil, and I'm going to put the ruler across a line down the bottom like that. I'm going to draw a line and a line, just like that. These are going to be his legs. So then I'll take my scissors, I'll just snip across the lines like that, and that becomes his legs, which are going to go on like that. So that's that bit done. We don't need this bit here now, so put that out of the way. Right, these 2 pieces here, the craft card, same size as the ears. These are going to be hoofs. So at the top of each one, I want to cut out a triangle. Actually, I'll go up like that first. And like that. That makes one hoof. Do the other one. That makes 2. I've just realised I've forgotten something. Need his little belly to come down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same die that I used there and do it in craft card too. So I'm going to cut another one of those out. Right, so I've cut another one of those out. Same size as his muzzle. So basically, you need 2 of everything. Is that right? Apart from the nose. Yeah. 2 little ones, 2 big ones, 2 of these, 2 and 2. Yeah, so you need 2 of everything. The sizes I gave you. Unless I find something else I've forgotten. This here is going to go underneath this to give him a little bit of a belly, like that. So if I just put some glue on the back of his legs here. Oh, don't want to stick here yet. Around there. I want to give him quite a fat belly. It's for Christmas. We all get a little bit of a fat belly over Christmas. There. It's a cute little belly. So when this head goes on there, like that, he's starting to take shape. Right, next I'm going to give him some front hoofs. So where I've cut this off, the bottom of this is going to be his hoofs. So I'm going to use this wallpaper. Can't say card, can I? Because it's not. So I'm just going to cut a strip of that off. And I'm going to cut pieces off like that. That's an easier way to do it. And I'm going to stick some of these on the bottom of there. So if I just go up to the belly, that should be okay then. Yeah, gives him plenty of hoof. So I'll get those stuck on. Make sure you cover all the card on the bottom, because what I'm going to do is cut around this from the back. Don't use as much glue as I do. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, that'll be plenty. Hopefully I can get up under there. I should be able to. That one, and then that one. Just check they're pretty even. I'm going to let them dry a little bit before I start chopping, so they don't move. Then I'll show you what I do after. So put them aside to dry. That's the word. Right, I'm also going to bring these back in again, because what I want is a couple strips of this too. Is going to be enough on there? No. Bring that one in. Right, so if I just mark the pencil, I go to a bit there, and that one to a bit there. Actually, I'll probably get away with just one of these. So I'll just cut one for a minute, because I might be able to do two out of that. All will become clear in a mo. I'm sure that's going to be plenty for what I need. So get these stuck on. Leave them at a slight angle. Leave a slight gap around the edge, maybe a bit more than that. So one that side, and then do the opposite on the other side. So angle it the other way, slight gap around the edge, because I'm going to be cutting around this with a slight border. Leave that to dry a minute, because they're being on the wallpaper, it's going to take a bit longer, I think. I'm going to bring back in my legs and turn it over, and I'm just going to snip around the edges. It's going to be a bit difficult there. Maybe I shouldn't have gone up so far there, really. Like that. So that's one of his hoofs. So that's his little hoofs. You can do them in black if you want. I think that's what I did last time, did them black. But I just, because I had this piece of wallpaper, a couple bits left, I thought I'd just use that up. So I'm just using scraps for this bit. Right, I'm going to bring this one back in. I think what I'll do is I'll just cut it in the middle, which is probably about there. And I just want to cut around with a slight border, just so it's got the darker bit around it. don't cut down there. I knew as soon as I cut there, I thought, no, I don't need to go down there, just cut around, go slightly down and across. Same for that one. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, do the same with this one. Don't cut into the pointy bit of the hoof. Just cut right around. Just so you've got a bit of a border. Doesn't have to be perfect. What I'm going to do is going to put that on that way. Just so I can sort of get a similar angle. Like that. You're not going to see most of this anyway. It's going to be hidden. It's basically just this bit with a little piece of this you're going to see. Right, now I've got to start putting all these little bits together. So I might do his feet first. Might have to cut some more off that in a minute. Just so it's not showing behind his belly. Let's move it up so you can see properly. Properly. Yeah, I'm going to angle that a bit more up there. Just get rid of some of this. You want them sort of the same level as the front hoofs. Coming out like that. So he's like sat on his bum. So let's get them stuck on. Put a glue on the end of those. Do one at a time. I always get in a mess with the glue. No matter what I'm doing, I angle that up so you can't see it. Stick that one down. And then just do the same with this side. Get it same sort of angle, same sort of distance, same sort of level, and stick. So that's that. I might stick that on there for a minute, and that on there, and just let that dry for a minute, because it's on the wallpaper. I think it takes a bit longer to dry. Right, now we're going to do his little ears. So bring in his head. Move that one out of the way now. That should be stuck enough or grabbed enough. Right, we'll put these slightly behind. So a little dab of glue on his ears like that. I sort of do them further down the head because his little antlers are going to go on there as well. So put them a little bit further down the head. You can fit his antlers on. Not quite even. Mind you, it doesn't matter because they don't always put their ears even. They can put one up, one down, and one back and one forward. Give him a good push, good press, like that. So that's his little ears. Now we're going to do his eyes. Use this one, I think. Right, where do I want the eyes? Try and get them even too. pretty good. One there. One there. His little eyes. You can put some little highlights on them later, or even put some, I don't know, you put some colour in there, give him blue eyes, brown eyes. Yep, they look alright. Now for his little nose. You can do his nose whatever colour you want. Do it pink, blue, I suppose, yellow. But I'm going to go with red. He's got a cold nose. So that's that. Now we've got to put his head onto his body. So nice bit of glue on there. There. So that's my little reindeer made up. Just got to put his antlers on. Right, I've dug out this paper pad. It's from the Works in the UK. I picked it because it's nice bright colours, and I think this is more of a children's card. So I'll just give you a quick flick through. Lovely bright colours. So I don't know if they did. I've got this last year, so I don't know if they still do it. But I picked nice stripy paper to start with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an oval out of this smaller oval die. And then this one I'm going to make a white border with the bigger one. If you want to know how big this oval is, it's about 9.5 centimetres by about 13.5. And then this one is the next size up. I think I've got these from Temu, I think. It's only a cheap set. I think that's about 10.5 by around 14.5. So I'm going to use a small one and cut an oval out of this stripy paper. Right, I cut out a large oval with stripy paper out of this one. Then I put them together like this to make the little frame to go around the outside. And I've just stuck all that together. So then my little reindeer is going to sit on there. I've just got to find a paper now to go on the back of the card. So I want something, I think I want something red and white again, so I'll have a look through the papers. Right, I've picked out this Merry Christmas red and white paper from the same paper pad as the stripy paper. So I thought that looked quite nice together. Yeah, I do like that. Right, got my card base in my panel. I'm going to get rid of the panel. I don't want that anymore. So what I'm going to do is get my card. And I'm just going to measure on top of my card base like this, just so I've got a little white border. Get my pencil, mark where I want to cut. Then I'm going to cut that out. Right, so I've cut this one out. That's going to go flat on there. So I'll get that stuck down. That's that one. Put that one out of the way. Now I might put him up on foam pads. Yeah, I think I will. So I'll get my foam pads. Right, that should be enough. Yep. stick him near the bottom so I've got room for his antlers. In the middle. Like that. Now I've got to get that stuck on there. I want it further up there so I can put sentiment down there, just a Merry Christmas. Something like that. So that's going to be stuck flat like that. So I'll get that stuck down. So I'll put glue on. Get the border even each side. A little bit at the top. So I want a bit of room there. Make sure the ears are stuck down. Give it a bit of a push. I've just been digging out some of these little hearts that I've had, spare hearts, and I wanted two that size really, the small ones, but I haven't got two the same, so I might go for this size and put little hearts in his eyes. Is that about the same? Yeah, that'd be okay, so I'll get rid of these. Stick them on his eyes. Oh, you see what I did there? Picked up the wrong thing. So I've got glue on the top now. They are slightly different sizes and shapes actually. But it'll be alright. It'll be fine. Right. Now for the antlers. Gonna have to be that sort of size to stay on the card. But he's only a baby, so he's only gonna have little antlers. So I snip them off. Like that. I can pop them in there, I think. Yeah, they'll fit in there. So bit of glue, bit of a dab. And then I want to carefully slide that in. Like that. Glue it down. Oop, that one's stuck. Come out. On the other side. No, go in a bit further. Come on, you went in just now. Ah, I'll just snip a bit more off. Is that about right? Yeah. Right, I've taken the white hearts off his eyes. I didn't like it. I might just stick another couple of eyes over the top of that black ones just because it's ripped a little bit. I'm just sorting through some red bows here because I want some smaller ones out of these. Some of them look quite a lot bigger. See, that's quite a lot bigger than those. Or is it? They just look bigger anyway. Ones that look a bit smaller. That looks quite a small one there. That one and that one maybe. Yeah, I'll use those two. So I'll just put these away again. I'm just going to snip off the ends. They're a bit long. Just so this sort of come out to the end of the hoops. Oh, might have gone a bit too far on that one. That's better. That's one. He'll be alright. So I want them under his ears like that. So I've got a bit of hot glue. Just put the end off there. Oh, it won't come out, so I squeezed it hard and now it's come out too much. Right, just gonna dab that in there. And then on this side. There. And how cute is this little reindeer? Alright, I've just dug these out. See what I've got in here. Aha, I've got Christmas wish. I suppose I could cut that in half. Put it like that. I could have the silver with Love at Christmas, so that's a bit big as well. Right, I've changed my mind with the wooden sentiments because I couldn't find anything that would fit properly, so I've just dug these out. These are from an old magazine. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I want them in a line like that. So I'm going to put them on a tag. So I'll get a scrap piece of card. Stick that down in the corner. Right. There, that's fine. I've just spent about 10 minutes looking for my tag dies and they were right in front of me behind something. Alright, just going to use this tag die. Need some tape now, it's still on my die from earlier. Merry Christmas. Stick that there, bring back in my card. And that's going to go down there. So I'm going to stick that on some foam pads. Right, I'll just stick that down the bottom. So there's my little reindeer card. I mean, how cute is he? He's so cute and so easy to do. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. See you later. Bye.